The nightmare of Téné Birahima Ouattara, aka the Vial, alias the Fart. The terrible poisoner of the Ivorian elite, Téné Birahima Ouattara, now known by the infamous nickname the Vial, continues to create a sense of panic in Côte d'Ivoire. The mere mention of his name increases the vigilance of Ivorians of all political persuasions, including those in his own party, the RHDP. Indeed, Téné Birahima Ouattara, known as the Vial, has earned a sinister reputation. The black clothes he sometimes wears signal his desire to be, more than ever, the incarnation of Azrael, the angel of death, the exterminator of souls. With him, you never know, murmur RHDP officials, one of whom confided this to Chris Yapi. This guy is a cold monster with whom the slightest discussion can quickly turn sour. Everyone avoids him at the table, because his vials are never far away, always ready to be used to send the unfortunate to the afterlife. All Ivorians know this and, at the tip of their tongues, refer to this man as one of their executioners. He is known as a morbid chemist. No political faction escapes the terror this man inspires. In the PPA-CI, to whom the RHDP until very recently had been eyeing up an alliance for the 2025 presidential election, mentioning the name Téné Birahima Ouattara is seen as a fire alarm. He is called, or, at best, mistaken for, a little devil. Pascal Affi-N'Guessan and his FPI paid the price during the protests following the violation of the constitution for a third term in 2020. After the assassination of nearly 200 Ivorians, Affi-N'Guessan was captured and humiliated. He feared for his life so much that his food was under close surveillance. In President Laurent Gbagbo's camp, I can confirm that there is a special team tasked with countering all attacks by Téné Birahima Ouattara, plotted day and night against the safety and health of Mama's Woody. A veteran of the political struggle and with a tanned skin, Laurent Gbagbo began circumventing the trickster system on June 17, 2021, at Félix Houphouët-Boigny Airport in Abidjan. He is rightly suspicious of the man. The PPA-CI, which wants to regain state power in 2025, is doubling its vigilance. The Vial is everywhere, and its tentacles and relays are deployed. Of course, the absolute bête noire of Téné Birahima Ouattara, known as the Vial, is Guillaume Kigbafori Soro and his GPS movement, who are resisting despite all the suffering they have endured and continue to endure. Indeed, many of President Soro's close associates are still in prison, several in exile, and Téné Birahima Ouattara continues his efforts to kidnap anyone who could hinder his seizure of power in 2025. They are being watched like a hawk, and those who communicate with their families or friends in Côte d'Ivoire, have their calls systematically monitored. No matter how much I warn the Soroists, I have the impression they take my information lightly. The hunt for them is not about to end. Those of them who regularly fly must be extra cautious. If they are not arrested and extradited to Côte d'Ivoire, the dose of poison that the Vial has in store for them is even more deadly than that intended for other prominent members of the opposition. Soroists, members of GPS, be more careful than ever. Don't say, like some of your cyber activists, Téné Birahima can't create anything. He's finished. When the Vial seems to have calmed down, that's when it becomes most dangerous. This apparent lull symbolizes only the calm before the storm, which will hit the entire Ivorian opposition. Dear followers, I would particularly like to draw your attention to one fact. Alassane Ouattara and his younger brother will pursue a scorched earth policy, if they don't win the October 2025 presidential election. It's either them or no one. If the old tyrant is having trouble bringing the question of his succession to the table, it's because he wants chaos after him. Their declining health should keep you on alert. They know their health record isn't rosy, and are already mulling over the idea of having to hand over the management of Côte d'Ivoire to their worst enemies. They are so hurt by it that they are ready to throw everything away. Have you never heard that if Alassane Ouattara isn't there, there will be chaos? Téné Birahima Ouattara, known as the Vial, can't sleep anymore. This lover of Guinness and the finest whiskies on earth, is forced to take refuge behind these drinking binges to either calm his nerves or prepare for future dirty tricks. And he has several shady tricks up his sleeve. Dear followers, my duty, which has become a calling, is to warn you, especially as the October 2025 presidential election approaches. Poisonings will resume and continue at a sustained pace. Who doesn't remember the numerous suspicious deaths of politicians a few years ago? Who doesn't recall the planned death of Amadou Gon Coulibaly, the designated candidate we knew was doomed in advance? Who doesn't remember the shattered fate of Hamid Bakayoko who, like Icarus, a symbol of Greek mythology, burned his wings trying to fly too close to the sun, dreaming of Alassane Ouattara's presidential seat? Who doesn't remember Colonel Watteau? Was it not his unabashed and proclaimed loyalty to Guillaume Soro that caused him to suffer the wrath of the poison that unfortunately took his life? This message is for all Ivorians in general and ambitious politicians in particular. If you want to live long lives with your families, do not trust the flattering smiles of the Ouattara brothers. They are bait to better poison you with their vial. Fight your political battles against them, but far from their tables. They are merciless. I prefer to come to a restaurant where you can eat rice, where you can eat fried bananas, where you can eat Ivorian dishes, than to be in a restaurant where you only eat chep, Senegalese rice with fish. I decided to take a break to take stock of all the battles I have fought in the PPA-CI RDA, because for me, the purpose of politics is without a doubt the well-being of the people and the improvement of their living conditions. I fought for the people of Port Bui. But today, at the time of taking stock, I see that the current leadership of the PPA-CI does not have the capacity to maintain the country at the stage of development to which President Alassane Ouattara has raised it. Chris Yapi does not lie. Find Chris Yapi on his 2 YouTube channels, his Rumble channel, his TikTok, X, Instagram, VK and Threads accounts.